Sounds like Porsche. It's the worst thing in
Time
the
now
world.
for eye-openers. Here we go. Celtics, Knicks. Kemba, Evan Fournier facing their old team, and it was a wild 2-overtime game at the Garden. D. Rose hitting the dagger. The Knicks ended up getting the win over Boston to start the season. Let's look across the league, though. Broussard, the NBA player who opened your eyes last night was blank.
Well, Jenna, I could have picked a few guys from that game you just showed. Knicks-Boston, great game. But my eye-opener was Joel Embiid. This was one of the most intriguing games of the night to me. I think I, along with many others, wanted to see how Philadelphia responded to the Ben Simmons situation. And they came out and got a big victory over New Orleans. I get it. New Orleans is not much of a barometer. They're not a very good team, especially with Zion Williamson out with injury. However, Embiid came out on fire. 10 points in the first 4.5 minutes. He hit 2 threes. He was bringing the ball up. He's dribbling between his legs several times, setting up his teammates. He looked like a point guard at times. I mean, it was really eye-opening. Finished with 22 points, only had to play 26 minutes. But he didn't only lead the way on the court. I like what he's doing off the court. Now, I know a lot of people, they don't like his blunt assessment of the Ben Simmons situation. That's fine. But I think that is more of a sign of Embiid growing as a leader. He talked last night about going out with the team for dinner, which for him was a big step.
Oh. That's also an evolution for me because I usually, when I used to go on the road, I just like to stay in my room and, be on the phone and I'll play video games. But we've been doing more stuff, together, whether it's dinners and stuff. So, like I said, I think it goes a long way. When you got that type of relationship with your teammates, you can trust each other.
He said he wants to do a team dinner every road trip. That might be tough, but every road trip so they can get to know each other better and develop more and more trust. Look, I like it, and I think Embiid is stepping up as a leader. He started maturing a bit last year after the birth of his first child, and now I think the Ben Simmons situation is forcing him to be even more of a leader. I think that's good for the Sixers. Look, they're not as good of a team without Ben Simmons. But if they get off to a hot start, which they're capable of doing, that'll be interesting, Nick, to see how that impacts the handling of this whole saga with Ben Simmons.
And I'm hearing that the Sixers organization is good with those team dinners and is willing to pick up the tab. They're just going to use the money they've saved from not paying Ben Simmons. Like, hey, Capital Grill every night, fellas. Whatever you guys want.
It's on Ben.
Wilds, did you want to respond to this? Because you're giggling. So before I do mine, did you want to respond to this?
It's hilarious.
Hey, guys, what do you think? Pictures of Shirley Temple for everybody. It's just so stupid. I'm sorry, it's a 4-year-old joke. Keep going for it. Keep going for it.
The reason I thought Wilds was laughing is because during Wilds' butt first, when he told Graham Mertz to keep his head up, are you telling him to keep his head up, Wilds, because guys like you are trying to replace him as the Wisconsin quarterback? Because you did say that yesterday. Now, it might have been off the air, and I might be betraying a confidence. But you're like, Graham Mertz, keep his head up. Graham Mertz, by the way, I don't want you as my team's quarterback anymore. All right, now, my eye-opener is a guy, Monday or Tuesday, when we unveiled the pyramid, there were a few controversies. One of them was that I had LaMelo Ball as a top 36 player in the league. People said, oh, it's premature. That ranking's going to come back to bite you. Oh, it might come back to bite me. Might have had young Melo too low. Did you see him last night? The assist on the critical bucket. Nice. 30-plus points, red hot from 3 in a game. I understand it's game 1 of 82. However, the Hornets and Pacers, I believe, are going to be fighting all year in that 6, 7, 8, 9 area. Can one of them avoid the play-in? Can they both make sure to make the top 10? Sneaky, important game to start the season for both these teams. The Pacers' first game with Rick Carlisle after that disaster of a coach they had last year. And LaMelo was the best player on the court by a decent margin. Gordon Hayward also played well. Just need to get out of Boston. Good for him. So I'm happy for LaMelo. I'm happy for the Pyramid, and he opened my eyes last night, Broussard. I think he's a sneaky all-star game candidate, Wilds.
Okay, so my answer is going to be Ja Morant. And when it comes to my favorite teams, I'm a little bit like your slime ball buddy who's married, but you go out for a drink and he's like, ugh. I'm like, oh, God, you're a horrible person. But that's me when it comes to teams. I like the Celtics. I like the Knicks a little bit. I like the Sixers. Now I'm like, ooh, Ja Morant. Maybe I'm a Grizzlies fan. He had 37, 6, and 6. A great dunk in this block on Lauri Markkanen. Grizzlies, don't forget, made the playoffs. Everyone wants to talk about, oh, there are no good Wilds. Oh, really? Made the playoffs. Also, my second favorite team right now, and moving up the charts fast, Jenna.
Is an under duress list.
Yeah.
They have a life-size Mahomes.
Yeah, look how big he is.
See that? I don't like that one bit. On the tiers, which is a positive,
Look how big
they
Mac
use
Jones
a mini-me
is.
Mahomes. And on the Broussard list, they use a gargantuan Mahomes. I see you, graphic staff. I see what you're doing, Cab. I'm on to you. All right, go ahead.
Anyway,
Sorry.
anyway, that's in
He was
12
in the
minutes.
front of
But
the
before
tiers,
that,
though.
guys,
Look at that.
let me get your
Look at that
attention
hook.
here for a second. Listen. In real life, if you're an athletic stud, if you're a force to be reckoned with, if you are a Zeus on the battlefield, nobody questions how you got there. Look, Broussard killing it in the rec league. Nick lives on that Peloton. I've stopped by a gym once or twice. Wilds, as we know, is an avid reader. Nobody's asking us to pee in a cup. Wild sometimes. Same cannot be said in the NFL. In the NFL, if you are an athlete extraordinaire, right? If you're a god among men, if you've pulled off the impossible like Jaguars kicker Matthew Wright did Sunday, look at this guy, muscles on muscles on muscles. He's like an Adonis out there. If you've pulled off the impossible in helping Jacksonville get their first win in 100 years, be prepared for this. This is what Matthew tweeted out the other day. Look, read it. Ready? Here it goes. He goes, good afternoon, Matthew. This is blank from the NFL. I have you for a PED urine test today. Your test will be at 1 o'clock upstairs. Look at the last line. It says, please bring your ID. Even the urine testing folks are like, is this guy really supposed to be here for the testing? Charlie, look for a Matthew Wright. I don't see that he's supposed to be here. Anyway,
That's a good take.
Matthew Wright, AFC Special Teams Player of the Week. Congratulations to you, buddy. That's how you know you made it. You're getting tested after that game. Congratulations. Fantastic job.
All right.
Time to check in on the name, image, and likeness world. So far, there's been a lot of cute deals. I'll show you some examples. Wisconsin offensive line. Well, they got to deal with a barbecue place. I got to feed the guys, keep them hungry, keep them blocking for Graham Mertz. Hey, Graham Mertz, keep your head up, buddy. I still believe in you. And then we got another cute one. Trey Knox from Arkansas. He got to deal with PetSmart with his husky, Blue. Like, oh, it's a nice one. But everybody, now we are cooking with gas. What's going on at the University of Kentucky, you might ask? Well, here it is. Ty Washington, a freshman, signed a deal with Porsche.
Wow.
Or as your obnoxious friends in the financial sector call it, Porsche. So Ty Washington will be pulling up to the University of Kentucky in a brand new Porsche. Or as a guy who works at Goldman Sachs says, Porsche. But congratulations, Ty. And also, congratulations to Wisconsin offensive line. You guys get some